These are 5 hacks I use to stay focused that are actually backed by neuroscience. Let's go straight into the list. First of all is Pomodoro technique. Pomodoro technique is when you work for a certain amount of time and then you take a break. So intervals of work are followed by a break. There are different ways to implementing this technique. Some people use the 25-5 rule, when they work for 25 minutes and then they take a 5 minutes break. Other people prefer to work for longer, let's say 45 to 50 minutes, and then take a 10 to 15 minutes break. Now, this will depend on your own preferences, but the idea is that you take a certain time interval when you work and then you take a break. Why is this working? Well, imagine what many people do, and this is a mistake in my opinion. They say, I'm going to work the whole day. And when the brain hears that, it gets overwhelmed because it looks scary. It looks so difficult working all day. On the contrary, if you say, I'm just going to work for 45 minutes or 25 minutes and then I'm going to take a break, this is way less anxiety inducing. It's easier for the brain to handle, and that's why it's more likely that you are actually going to work. The brain is not going to try to sabotage you. So that was the Pomodoro technique. The second technique is the 90 minutes rule. Research has shown that our brain focus follows an ultradian rhythm. This means that we can stay focused for maximum of 90 minutes or 1.5 hours, after which the focus significantly drops. If you try to push past these 90 minutes, you're just not going to be efficient. It's way better after 90 minutes to take a 10 to 15 minutes break, which is going to help you recover, regain focus, and then you're going to be ready to work again and to be highly focused again. I talk a lot about this 90 minutes rule on my channel, so make sure to subscribe to stay up to date with latest neuroscience productivity hacks and to learn more about the ultradian rhythm. Now, after the 90 minutes rule, we also have implementation intention. What is this? Well, basically, for every task you want to do, you should know when and where you are doing it. Let's say in my example, I put in my calendar, Monday 10 to 12 a.m. I'm going to work on my YouTube channel, I'm going to edit videos, and I'm going to do that at the library. Why is this useful? Well, research studies have shown that humans are way more likely to actually do the task, perform the task, when they know when and where they would be doing it. So whatever it is, whether you want to study, work on a presentation, brainstorm for your business, you want to make sure to find date and time and place where you would be doing it and to put that in your calendar. So that was implementation intention. Number 4 is to limit distractions. Every time you get distracted by your notification on your phone, you lose the focus, and then it can take up to 20 minutes to regain that focus. Imagine that you are doing some coding on your computer and you get a message from a friend. You get up, you check the message. What's going to happen when you go back to coding? It takes up to 20 minutes to reach deep focus. And if you keep being interrupted, you will never reach this deep focus. And when you are not as focused as you should be, you're less efficient, you're meaning slower, and you also make more mistakes. The best thing is to turn off your phone and turn off all the notifications. Even better if you can keep your phone in another room, because latest research has shown that even if you're not using your phone, or your phone is turned off, if it's in the same room, it can still use up some of your cognitive capacity. So the best thing to do is to put it in another room. So that was number 4. Limit or remove distractions. Number 5 is to implement your own reward system. Sometimes it's really hard to work on a task when you don't have an immediate reward. Let me give you an example of studying French. For example, when you learn a language, it can take up to few years to get to a state where you can speak the language. In my case, it took me around 3 years to be able to speak French. And this is a bit long time for us to wait for this reward. And that's why many people don't feel motivated. And what I did is I implemented my own reward system. Every time I study French for 1 hour, I tick it off from my to-do list, and that's when I feel happier. So this is how I made my own reward system to feel better about studying French and to actually stay motivated to study it for years. You should find your own reward system. Different things work for different people. For example, some people like when they go to the gym, they can watch Netflix after that. Or some people say, if I work the whole day, I can go out with my friends after that. So this really depends on you. I can also help you make your own reward system, find your own reward system in my coaching program. So I offer one-on-one personalized coaching program that helps people become more productive using principles of neuroscience. To see whether you're a good fit for a program, the first step is to schedule a free consultation, which is a discovery call. You can schedule the call by clicking on the link in the description down below. So you will click on that link and you can choose the date and the time that works for you. We will be talking one-on-one. You will tell me what are some difficulties that you are facing right now, and we will see whether the program can help you. Make sure to schedule your discovery call as of today because it's really a great thing to do. So these were the 5 hacks that you can use to improve your focus. The first one is the Pomodoro technique. The second one is the 90 minutes rule. The third one is the implementation intention. The third one is to cut off all the distractions. And the fifth one is to create your own reward system. I really hope you enjoy this video, and I hope I see you in some of my future videos.